Okay, so today is one of those days where I don't feel like doing jack. I need a mind declutter ASAP. So I'm heading to the gym, my second home. I'm realizing I need to tap in because I'm starting to feel checked out and a bit detached from the work. It's not necessarily the pretty side, the positive side of entrepreneurship or, striving for your goals and success and all the things, blah, 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 blah. I'm big on realism. And a lot of times when I think about posting online, like talking videos, experiential videos, like the day-to-day, there's people that you don't really have a lot to show for what it is that you're doing, so it would never give that with me. I'm very big on showing, right? Whether that be through contracts won, accounts, clients, conversations, prospecting, whatever that looks like, even when I was in the financial industry. That said, I resent the guru version of what it takes to be someone, what it takes to become someone, right? Different creators, different channels, whether you're, no matter what social media profile or platform, that you're on. And for me, listening and being able to have a voice in the midst of what it is that I'm building, any step of the way, has been important for me to refine and define. So I'm starting here, not giving monotonous guru, hopefully. But yeah, oh my gosh, all of the work that I could be doing today, I told myself, just absolutely not. Like, no, I don't have the wherewithal that I used to have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And I knew that this season in life would come. When I got out the military, I was 23, 22, I'm fudging the age range, but I knew that I wouldn't always have like the time, let alone the energy to go after freedom, right? And freedom for me is entrepreneurship. Freedom for me is building something on my own, creating something on my own, curating it just so I can do as I please, come and go as I please. The baby that I create and build and nurture would be something that remains up and running, whether I'm fully attentive to it or not, right? That has always been, boom, almost like one track minded for that. I never planned to be an entrepreneur. It was always something that I think I naturally had my ways. Like, my family members would probably talk so much mess about like how I was as a kid and how like my mind worked with like holding things or like the allowance that we would receive. I would stow it. I had a little save, all the things, right? But honestly, the bookkeeping, the like operational aspect of building a company, like it is so, oh my gosh, like being honest, like I hate that part so much. And the team that you encounter on your track, God willing, you have a supportive team who has high acumen in whatever lane that you've recruited or hired them on board for. But if you're doing it solely by yourself, like for me in my instance, I work with several contractors. I work and employ several subcontractors, especially it depends on like the type of project or contract, right, that we're going for, because I'm saying going for because not all of them get one. Like a lot of business consists of you prospecting and really like, I'm not a gardener, I don't have a green thumb, so I don't have the terminology down pat. But it consists of you doing a lot of work without getting paid on the front end, right? You have to be a really good closer. You have to be, and I love, like, that's the aspect of like business that I love so much, because you have to be personable and you have to be like, there's a certain boldness and a bravado that you have to have to not be turned away by rejection, because no's are a dime a dozen. They're gonna come and come and come. But the minute you get that one yes, like that's what you should really cling to and try to duplicate that as fast as possible. Try to fail forward as fast as possible. Blah, blah, blah. That said, transparent moment, working on my systems and processes, that has been a consistent thorn in my side, because I still am prominently waking up every day doing the ins and outs, the operational aspect of things, where I don't need to be in the field as much as I am in the field. The 3 lanes that I'm inundated in are within logistics, anything related to facility support. So that could be like HVAC work, electric, pest control, right? There's a lot that kind of falls under that category. And then compliance solutions, which the recent contract that we won was more so like tech compliance, which is really cool because it's my first official like professional gig outside of like my academic background is techie. But this is our first like, okay, boom, you have like tangible proof that this is something that you're able to produce and in a professional manner, in a thorough manner, that is efficient, a product that, meets the standard or supersedes the standard. That said, I'm heading to the gym right now in the middle of what should be a work day, but the fact that this is the track that I'm on, that I can even be able to say, no, I'm not doing that. I need to take a breather, step back for a second or two, and like get into myself, get into my zone a little bit more, get into me so that I can create. Because a lot of times, like for me, what I realize is that when I'm not creating, maybe it has something to do with me being a woman, I feel so dry. I feel so stuck in certain places, right? I have to be creating in some area, whether it's, boom, if I'm focusing on strengthening the operational side of what I'm doing with business, at least I'm creating in my personal life, right? Whether that be a hobby that I'm doing, or I'm strengthening my art, I'm singing, like all of that is so integral for me and my like creative juices to keep flowing and going. And I'm definitely seeking more of that. I don't know when I became so like 24/7 work, go, go, go within my business. And it's not a bad thing because we've definitely been seeing fruit, right, from the seeds that we planted a few years ago. You know, we have agencies that reach out directly, like for specific solicitations or specific opportunities, which is cool. You know, no complaints at all. But I definitely don't ever want to lose out on what keeps me innovative, what keeps me thinking. My notes app in my phone, like every now and again I look at it, I have about 234 ideas in there. Like off that, I get excited looking at them every time I log back in, right? Not log in because it's a notes app, you don't have to log in, but you get the gist. So some of them have failed, some of them not so much. Some of them are still pending because you're just continuing to prune and figure out how to do it better, right? How to one up yourself. And I'm learning so much. Like I realized that I really do like getting my hands. It's not like a new realization. I've always liked and appreciated getting my hands dirty, but even more so. This video is about to end, so I'm about to cut it. But all in all, I'm heading to the gym just as a FU to the flow and the monotony of like exhaustion.